Play.
All right, and welcome back to, I was going to say Dead Space, but no, welcome back to Stasis.
I mean, kind of Dead Space.
Dead Space meets Event Horizon with some other stuff thrown in the middle.
Although,
anyway, today we're not going to die in a field of bees.
Yeah. We've been kind of rude to this game so far, but I'd like to point out a good thing, that this is actually a pretty nice change in visual. All of the verdant greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I need to throw this royal jelly into this fan.
Do not mind the raw chicken cutlet in the top right of the screen.
Ugh. So now we're free to go through the oxygen gardens.
Inhalation sound.
That's good.
So
for some reason there's these tanks that just kind of harvest it, which we can just open up.
So are the insects sleepy?
Yes. They are all sleeping now.
Yeah, say if you increase oxygen enough, you'll kill the plants without killing yourself.
Oh, we're gonna kill all the plants much, much faster.
Okay.
This ship doesn't need all this oxygen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's also the danger of high oxygen environments.
This seems needlessly destructive, and I don't know exactly why we're doing it.
The oxygen garden is my favorite part of any ship. Green.
Yeah, high oxygen levels are what made Apollo 10 burn up.
Apollo 1.
Hold on.
They had a pure oxygen environment.
Look,
I remember before the fire, they said that they said that the ship smelled like sour buttermilk.
look at that like pirate cartoon ass skeleton on the right side there. Yeah, the bartender. He looks like he's going to like tell me about some sort of pirate curse. Uh-oh. B-man.
And then next to the skeletons, there's something moving.
Eleanor Way.
Oh, that's F-Way.
Yeah.
She's encrusted with fungus and vines. Oh no, are we gonna have to herald this? Yeah, we're gonna have to herald this.
I can get you out. I can cut you free.
I really want to see what the voice acting session for this was like.
That sort of thing's not too hard. Just some weird throat exercises.
I feel like she had to start every one of these by like swallowing a cup of water.
Yeah.
Anyway, who wants to read her PDA?
Sure. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and great in loving kindness. The Lord is good to all. I simply wish his kindness is extended to Chelsea. The galley chef told me that a few of the other crew members are uncomfortable with having an ARG patient on staff. I asked if her work was in any way below standard, at which point he grew uncomfortable and admitted exactly as I thought. No, she was a superb worker, but his team were uncomfortable with her anyway. I hope I don't want anyone to kill me later. Being a geneticist and a Christian may appear contradictory to most, but that is their burden, not mine. I believe in grace and mercy. It wasn't Chelsea's fault she was born an ARG baby. James, my ex-husband, blamed me. James wanted her terminated, and when I refused, he packed up and left. That suits me. I'd rather be without an unloving husband and father than without my beautiful child. And she is beautiful, a gift from God. And for a ship full of the most supposedly forward-thinking people in the galaxy, their aversion to her condition repulses me. Tolerance and patience are virtues greatly praised by the Lord, but aboard the Groomlake I find my stores of both these virtues sorely tested. I discovered through one of my subordinates that a new shipment arrived on board a few days ago, destined for Project Seed. My disapproval of the dangers of Seed are no secret. Considering the size of the shipment and the clear attempt to cut me out of the loop regarding the delivery, I suspect some of my colleagues are trying to mask the precise nature of what it is that have arrived. If it is as I suspect, there will be no, and I mean no, lengths I will not go to in order to depose Dr. Malin. Kane Corporation is a company for the promotion of the sciences, not for the sinister schemes and unprincipled ambitions of individuals. Apparently not. I have moral issues with Kane and their weapons research. It tests my faith, but Kane's medical breakthroughs have changed the world, and my world too. because of Kane-created research that Chelsea's even alive. This is why I do what I do. I work in genetics to find cures for my dearest Chelsea and others like her, not for money. It's my job to put things right for her. I had lunch with Dr. Gray this afternoon. He's an odious little man and utterly misanthropic, but if you need someone to talk to about Project Seed, then there are few people who give up information more easily. His ego easily outweighs his sense of confidentiality. Project leaders and project members are not allowed to discuss details of individual projects, but he can't resist himself. Nevertheless, he revealed disturbing details. I'm aware of our sample origins. We need human genetic material in order to develop cures for human beings. It's a hard truth. But there's paperwork, permission forms, and contracts that create the supply. That shipment has none of those things.
Oh,
They're children. Oh God, in all your great mercy, how could you let Malin, that unholy monster, do this? It's taken months, but finally I found a young cargo worker named Danica Boxer. She was referred to me by Dr. Tenshu, such a sweet girl. It seems the cargo was a combination of adults and children, all of whom were acquired through illegal channels for use in genetic research. I did not agree to this. I'll leave this place and take Chelsea with me before I spend 1 minute more working for a company that endorses the use of children in research. There are not enough words to describe the soulless creatures that did this. Revenge? I don't believe in revenge. Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God, for it is written, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay," says the Lord. Where is she? The creatures are attacking in full force. The screams are over the radio. They're dying. They're all dying. I hear them scuttle through the vents, see the blood they spill and spray over the walls. Chelsea, Chelsea, oh God, please bring her to me. I'm trapped in hydroponics. I can see Chelsea inches from me, lifeless. I contemplated taking my own life as she died just before my eyes. When those creatures attacked, the crew sealed off parts of the ship and I was left trapped in hydroponics. That fungus got to me, and now it's inside, profaning my body. Its nerves wrapped around my cerebral cortex. I can feel it move. I try to move my arms, but it won't let me. It's making me watch the fungus consume my baby girl. I must watch and pray for the end to come, and then it does not depend on the man who wills, or the man who runs, but on God who has mercy.
Anyway, so there's some emails.
Dr. Wei, your comments are most flattering. I suspect, however, that a promotion isn't forthcoming because of the lack of attention paid to our section. Ignorance is frustrating. A lack of understanding of what takes place at the top of this food chain is of great irritation to me. You do seem to be pushing relentlessly for information about this cargo, though, and I'm somewhat uncomfortable discussing it any further. I fear I may have already said too much. For the sake of your career, my dear, I'd suggest discontinuing your pursuit. You're a fine geneticist and are clearly one of the most talented people on this ship. Don't let it go to waste. Dr. Wei, I know that you're a spiritual woman and at times receive a great deal of criticism for this, but I feel I can speak to nobody else. I'm well known for my positivity and cheerfulness, and I believe I've earned my nickname, Dr. Gray's Smile. I'm haunted by what I'm hearing on this ship and wonder if perhaps it's merely induced by my own fears. Oh, to hell with it, I'll ask you straight out, do you believe in ghosts? You may think I'm being ridiculous or delusional, but I can hear things. Children crying deep in the bowels of the ship. I work many late nights and I'm convinced that I can hear crying through the vents. Where are these sounds coming from? I did hear rumors that before the Groomlake was refitted, a group of children were brought on board and their quarters were on this deck. There's a manufacturing malfunction with the heating units and, well, they all died. I don't want to seem like I'm wasting your time, but I enjoyed our talk yesterday and your open-mindedness on matters of the soul.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we are. Entertaining you, the viewer.
It's like there were certain parts that were good, but other parts were written by somebody who just read Dawkins for the first time.
Yeah, there's some like it's weird because it goes into this like cartoonish level of darkness.
Yeah.
I am getting some serious Fallout 3 flashbacks, though.
Then you will die.
This, I recall, was the solution that made no one happy.
Also, this is one of the situations where there's a giant explosion and a fire that we do not actually have to control running from.
Oh, sweet. Oh man, run from that clip art fire.
Oh, couldn't you have asked her to wait a minute?
Nope.
Why did the fire arbitrarily stop right behind us?
Because that's the only place the oxygen was. No oxygen here.
The fire systems just went haywire over here, John.
That's because I started a fire, Taya.
I cleared the vines.
With a flamethrower.
Something like that.
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 1, 3, 5, 6, 9.
So also in this, in that PDA, they mentioned that
Fire in
Dr.
Oxygen
Way's
Gardens 2, 7,
Dr.
8.
Way's daughter suffered from ARG, which is just it's a metabolism error that causes ammonia to break down to build up in your
Fire
blood,
suppression system compromised.
and it can lead to a bunch of things like growth problems and liver failure.
Oxygen production has been compromised.
And I didn't think about this before, but with all the constant mention of the eugenics wars,
Yeah.
in this they've mentioned that there's like a cure to ARG now, but people won't hang around her anyway because there's. I guess you got a little bit of Gattaca in here.
Oh yeah, they're uncomfortable with somebody who has an illness at all.
They're all going
Yeah.
up. They have a time limit now.
They did just say that. Well, they just implied that Oxygen Garden 4 is fine. Or was already fucked.
It's hard to say. Anyway, we've got this super like inspirational music, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna note that the vines were not cleared from the elevator, but yet we can still go down.
Also, I've seen that stock fire before.
Yeah, no, this game uses a lot of stock effects.
That was a lot of damage to clear like 1 6-foot vine.
Adventure games.
And now we get to talk to Dr. Doughboy. I still
Yeah, it does
can't figure out what part is his mouth.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a big.
I think his
stu-
mouth's closed.
Yeah, but that shadow makes it look like he's got a big stupid grin on his face.
Yeah, I mean he might.
Oh, that'd be great if the PDA it was actually popping up their like personnel photo, and he's had a big goofy grin on it.
So this area introduces to us power cells.
Oh no. Omega power.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be important, but it turns out that it's slightly important. We're going to need to open a bunch of these.
Pop rivets.
Warning. Halo thing.
Okay, so this is a thing I accidentally skipped that because
This place has been
Hepatotoxicity? Fuck.
yeah, so halothane
That place
is so the main thing you need to know about halothane is that it's an inhaled general anesthetic.
That would explain why it's a hepatotoxic.
Yeah, so and long-term exposure to it leads to liver failure.
the words. I can't even.
What do you see?
Aww.
What kind of a monster?
Oh, is this the baby zone?
These poor women. This is
Oh, those are when they were asking for women recently pregnant.
Science.
Yeah, it's just Project Seed.
What? That's what's coming to John's mind? Nuns?
Anyway,
must have families and lives.
You can't do anything for them now. Soon this ship will run out of oxygen. They won't be in pain for much longer.
Bloated fetus. Great.
This is more torture than anyone should bear.
Hybrid.
With the
yeah, they never mention what these are
fungus?
hybrids of.
I mean, probably the kitchen knife project monsters.
Or it could have the fungus in it too.
Possible.
Neither a human nor animal.
Hangs like a ripened fruit.
Okay, they're being wildly inconsistent on the emotional reaction to these different
Yeah, it's
Feed
like
eye.
they handed one description to 6 different authors. And they hadn't
One
really
is-
decided on a tone.
Yeah, one is a...
For the eyes of the Kane board directors only, Seed is an attempt to create the ultimate super soldier by, in simple terms, activating junk strands of human DNA. Over the years, the human genome has shed or made dormant certain strands of its own DNA sequence for various evolutionary purposes. Dr. Salam Gironde has observed the dormant parts of these genes were not so much junk as they were potential, that is, genetic information contained and completely sublimated by the dominant gene. Professor Gironde engineered an early life form based on this original theory by introducing identified genetic strands in the early stages of embryo formation. The initial concept was intriguing, but his ultimate result was a group of uncontrollable animalistic creatures. Version 6 of this proposal is to update the dormant genes into the human makeup by use of genetic splicing, thereby introducing desirable and physical mental characteristics, producing fast-learning, hard-to-kill, utterly ruthless soldiers.
Wait, this is literally the Metal Gear Solid project. They're splitting people into dominant and recessive genes to create the ultimate warriors.
Ah, brother!
I'm pretty sure this author doesn't understand junk DNA either. Like, you can't just take it out.
Vital signs are steady, knees weak, palms are sweaty. Hormonal levels are extremely high, mom's spaghetti.
You're not gonna have enough time to read this.
I'm not. Prepare for phase 1 of treatment. She's young, healthy, and is perfectly capable of reading, I guess.
Okay, apparently you stared at it for a while.
The subject, despite promising early progress, appears to be falling. Supposition is that she cannot withstand the foreign genetic structure that is being fused into her body. Typical signs of rejection are displayed. Serve for 24 hours. If there's no signs of improvement, the termination disposal is recommended. Subject's progressing well as aesthetically attractive. She has all the other genetic requirements required. Initial concerns about her suitability, voiced by Dr. Milan, are chiefly due to the number of sexual partners, which have proven unfounded. She'll be the perfect carrier. The hybrid DNA is fusing to my satisfaction. Apart from her small amount of pain, her body appears to be coping with the adjustments. I prescribed a steady dose of... So he's talking about the hosts here.
Well, he was that mad. He should have put a sign on the study that said no hussies. Jesus.
Kept inside an incubator, assisted breathing is required, cardiac arrest has occurred, and use of automatic external defibrillators has been required in order to revive the child. Despite the conditions of sickliness, they're late to make... Anyway, yeah, she's weak but will survive. Mother is suitable for continued breeding.
Wait, so they're just sort of slapping the DNA on the sides of the host DNA?
That's what it seems like. They're not doing it in vitro. They're doing it in... It's in utero splicing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm no biologist, and I'm no geneticist. But I took a college biology course. And I played Metal Gear Solid 1.
So anyway, we needed these items out of here so we can kill that sentry robot.
Okay, so you plug the sink, and you overflow the sink, and then it walks across the water and shocks itself to death because it's a stupid game.
No. It's a little smarter than that.
Cool. I would love to see more.
Because remember, we do have this fibrillator. Or this defibrillator. We also have I guess it's also technically a fibrillator.
Okay, I missed one step. That's good enough to keep me going.
And this water's full of diamonds.
They needed a better way to show where it was. Okay.
Anyway, if you get anywhere in this if you get anywhere near this robot's path when it is facing you, it will shoot you to death super fast.
Huh.
Okay, so
Also, I like Black Void is just one of the things we can observe.
how do you guys feel about the use of controversial subjects as the mechanism of horror?
I feel like if they're handled well, then it can work.
Do you think that was handled well?
No.
Okay. So we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
Like
No, I feel like the end game of this is very ham-fisted and kind of overwrought.
because I feel like the subjects shouldn't be off limits in a horror game or any game really, but it feels a little cheap to use something that gives such a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got this one?
They never said I'd make it to 60. Ha! 85, you fuckers! Old and still cooking with gas. 3 bastard kids and I outlived them all. Okay, so I was young when I had them. Those girls never even knew I was the father, of course. I had to switch DNA samples so they wouldn't know those little shits were mine. I'm too old for that now. Something...
Oh.
I might have false teeth, Dr. Milan, but I'm no moron. For the good of humanity, I'm a sociopath and alleged rapist of women.
What the fuck?
But your little speech to the crew was less sincere than anything I could say with a straight face. At least you know how to turn a blind eye whenever I have to get rid of troublesome subjects, right,
The
Milan?
new gas for the chambers is working splendidly.
With an
Jesus.
improved kill rate of 60% over the old formula. I watch those poor fuckers writhe and die. I have a viewing window now just so I can make sure it's done. I'm evil, you know.
This isn't a person.
That's kind of
Nope.
insulting, I
No
think.
person acts like this.
This will not do. I need more subjects. The rejection ratio of DNA splicing is stratospheric. Not only need more bodies, but I need better ones. They need imports and strays. Not the best results can be achieved with our crew members. We cannot pry too often on those, of course. My chosen ones will not be missed. The furnace has proved inadequate for my disposal requirements. They're so hot they can destroy dark matter.
What?
They seem slow to respond when burning flesh, though. And the smell is hardly pleasant either. Reminds me of that injured dog I found as a boy in Missouri.
Oh,
Looked at me with a fleeting
Jesus.
look, the kind a sick doctor when they trust eatingly. Naturally, I stomped on the mongrel's head. It was a mercy. There are too many in society who would have had a similarly damaged disposition. It's a kindness to snuff out their worthless lives. I'm drowning a puppy.
I'm really upset with the writer of this piece. Not because I'm upset at the character, I'm just upset with the writer.
I must get more pathway. That little prick DeSantos has more coming with ingredients, but he says suppliers are having their own problems. I know you, DeSantos. I know you're not a real doctor. I know the kind. I have 5 PhDs. I can tell when men have been hired for their instincts and not their knowledge. Meanwhile, the cutting and splicing continues. Oh, and Charlotte, I know all about your experiment, you stupid bitch. First, she kills her partner by accidentally exposing him to lethal virus, then goes gaga for him. It's sort of beautiful incompetence that slays me. I spent years in perfecting the art of the kill, making murder appear to be a mishap. And then she went and did it completely by accident. What perfect nonsense.
Why is he writing this down in a log?
I held the
not even
subject down
password
today.
locked.
Used my hammer to cave in his windpipe, then gouged out his eyes and tried to rip his jaw from his socket. My goodness, what an outburst. I'm becoming careless. I need more pathway. Milan is beginning to worry my tendencies can't be controlled. I'm focused on seed. It's just that, a seed, but crystals will soon break open into blossom. And successfully breed Homo novi, waiting the containment cells. This unsuccessful brethren, reduced to a viral mulch that's already breached the containment of this ship grow. Genetic makeup might be more than trash, but it's astoundingly tenacious. I have to respect that, which kills with just tenacity. Woke up in the emergency room today. Something found me on the stairs. I don't remember much. I do remember both my fucking legs are in casts. I must be comfortable, because Dr. Graham says I'll be here for at least a month. As we die, the Novi cut us down, but I'm not ready to be replaced by a new species. Our creatures are impressive, but I don't share Milan's fanaticism for what is happening here. I must make sure that one of the lifeboats is available for me. A shame that not another delectable young thing, what was her name, Callister? I would have liked her around when the ship was going to hell. She's dead, however. How unfortunate.
He wrote so many logs.
I may be old, but I'll tear apart anyone who tries to stop me from leaving at the limbs. I survived police investigations, court cases, vengeful spouses, idealistic lab hands. I will gut any shitbag that tries to prevent my escape. I will shit any gutbag. And I will fuck your neck.
If this was Watchmen, this would be the guy Rorschach kills in the first act to establish the moral quandary of vigilanteism.
Yeah, no, like I said in chat before, don't worry, the ambiguity of evilness quickly fades away.
So they weren't a fungus, they're just unevolved humans everywhere.
Except there's also a fungus.
They're just ground up hybrid juice.
And there's also bugs controlling things. I have no idea what's controlling what, or
Yes.
what's aware of what anymore.
The queen was controlling the bugs, and now all of those things are on fire.
Okay, but the bugs don't control the humans.
Yeah,
That's the fungus that controls the humans.
Fungi?
I can't see it, so they don't
Oh
care.
boy, this is falling apart.
So wrong.
Oh no, it's pulling an Uncharted.
Let's just hope it's not pulling a David Cage.
Sign of renal failure. Kidneys were unable to process the amino acids. It died. Mutagenic compounds will be finalized later. Also, there's his seed card, I guess.
Renal failure. That would be the hepatotoxins they were talking about.
Well, no, the renal failure is the kidneys shutting down, which I think is just a genetic problem. Died during birth. Can be surmised that the death was due to a failing in the host. Reports leading up to the birth show no signs of fetal defect. Further investigation, the woman's medical history, it shows she experienced complications with giving birth to a child previously. The host would not have been used had this been highlighted in light of her medical history. You assume this is the cause of fetal distress and death in the subject. Host being kept alive and has undergone one transfusion. Revoke host's life support order and replace with hybrid reject C.
Great.
Dispose with hybrid reject C. Highly unusual rejection not seen manifested in this hybrid. It is entirely possible the mutagenic compounds used to synthesize the hybrid DNA were faulty in this particular instance. With any rejection, there are signs of initial bonding and then a breakdown, but in this case there was no bonding whatsoever given the thoroughness with which we create the DNA. I suspect the centrifuge machine for this batch was faulty. Repair and maintenance check of the machine is ordered immediately. Destroy remains, also destroy the fetus, I guess. Also, surgical operator's manual. We don't use that.
I mean, how faulty can the centrifuge be?
That's interesting.
I guess they got infected with Stuxnet.
It spins or it does not spin.
They overpressurized it. The centrifuge broke.
All the hydraulic fluid leaked out.
Open. This wouldn't happen.
No, we know that didn't happen, or we have to collect some.
So Dr. Malin was reporting to somebody above him from the looks of that last one.
A bit of our humanity.
Yeah, he reports to the Kane Corporation.
Okay.
Anyway, who wants this one?
Sure. Man, that bitch from shipping won't get off my back. You fuck a girl real good and she just comes crawling back. If she doesn't get out of my hair, I'll have her moved off ship. Dr. Malin is a prick, but he looks after me like that. I gotta say, Beyond Project Seed is awesome, man. Okay, so we gotta do some pretty noxious shit, but in exchange I get a lot of protection and an honorary title. Dr. DeSantos. I like it. Dr. Malin knows about my contacts in private cargo that arrives on board, and I know he hates it. But there ain't nobody else prepared to work under Dr. Backman. That guy's one twisted fuck and also one of my best customers. I get imports, sure, but my own private lab was what manufactures Backman's pathway shit. Funny, never realized how... Wow, Dr. Williams. Charlotte.
Okay, so he was a drug dealer. They made a doctor.
Yes.
I never would have figured that uptight woman was a slut, but holy hell, she just gave me the ride of my fucking life. Who'd have thought it? Slinky lace in a lab coat of hers, and for a woman in her mid-40s, body that once makes you want to get on your knees and howl at the moon. Against the table, pressed up against the viewport windows, on top, underneath, like a freaking rattlesnake. Of course she's Looney Tunes. Probably thinks I'm her dead husband or something, like I care. Crazy but smart, and she has no idea how much I know about her little project. I saw the details. People just think I'm a smack-talking smartass, but I've been training on the Groomlake since I was 16. I studied chemistry, genetics, ace all of it too. Think I could have gotten myself in too deep here. The drug thing was fine. This whole industrial espionage thing is kind of freaky. I don't think Dr. Malin knows. I know Lincoln watches me with an eagle eye, but he can't know for sure. He'd eject my ass from the ship with the rest of the failed hybrids, but goddamn the money's good. I earned my year's salary sending some info to Black Star Industries. My contact gave me more money than I could conceive for leaking one report. One! I met the guy while I was on leave. He was a smug dickhead who somehow knew what I did, and then he flashed the cash. I've got no loyalties to the company. I know how Dr. Malin treats loyal staff. That guy can turn on a dime when it suits him. I've heard of weird shit going on in the decks below, and Seed has me feeling it'll soon be time to get the hell out of Dodge pronto. One or two more reports might give me what I need. Nobody knows about my little acts of espionage, but who'd care? Ship's falling apart. Some of the fucked up things Backman and Malin made are on the prowl. Stashed away my cash as soon as I heard things were going wrong, but money ain't gonna make a spit's worth of difference if we all get killed. Malin's taking this all way too calmly. Actually, I'd say he's enjoying all this. He came into the lab this morning. He still makes us all report to the lab, and was grinning the whole damn time, his eyes all red like he was coming down from a high. That guy does not need drugs for a high. His general fuck-it-upness is what he rides. It is me thinking Backman was the crazy one. It's just us. Oh god, not even Backman's around now. Charlotte was dragged away to the labs a few days ago. We're sealed off from the other decks. I reckon it's only a matter of time before Malin decides to do something about me too. I've been living on this ship for years. I know about hidden passages that even Malin doesn't know about. I'll get over to the communications array and let off a signal. Hopefully they'll get to us before Dr. Malin finds out. Secret passageways?
Wow. So this
drug...
drug...
We don't actually use those.
this drug dealing accomplice to murder is the closest thing to hope for this entire ship, or that anything good will come of all of this.
Yeah, basically. And he's not even good at OPSEC.
So the back end of this project was run by the Breaking Bad team if it was a shitty frat boy and a supervillain.
That's not that far off.
DeSantos, we need to cook humans.
You got it, Mr. Came back, Cambridge. I forget his name.
That's that.
Backman.
Got it in one there. Got it in one.
Came back.